O'Grady. Welcome to our general session today. Commissioner O'Grady is out of town, and we will begin with Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Boyce.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we will need the approval of minutes from September 26, 2017 general session and the minutes of September 14, 2017 briefing.
So move.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
The minutes have been approved.
Great. Domestic relations.
Resolution number 766-17. Resolution authorizing appropriation adjustments for various operating costs.
Good morning, Commissioners. Barb Reeves, Deputy Director. This resolution is requesting an appropriation adjustment in the amount of $610,101 to cover the projected deficit in our appointed counsel. These funds are used primarily to provide counsel for youth on abuse, neglect, dependency cases and guardian ad litem cases. This deficit will be partially offset by higher than expected revenues in the amount of $184,318 from the Ohio Public Defender's Office. Additionally, due to higher than projected revenue, this resolution is requesting a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $11,000 for our special food fund. These funds are used to pay for food service for our juvenile detention facilities. Pending any questions, the court requests the approval of this resolution.
I just want to note before I move for passage, we did discuss in briefing that this is just that time of the year where we're making a lot of budget adjustments, and I think as the year goes, for those who may be watching this or here for the first time, I didn't want you to think there wasn't any discussion about the adjustments. It's just that time of the year, and so you may see more of those before the year ends. So that being said, move for passage of Resolution 766-17.
I'll second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 766-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Animal control.
Resolution number 767-17. Resolution authorizing a 2-year contract between the Franklin County Board of Commissioners and the Columbus Health Department for a rabies control program.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Deb Finelli, Assistant Director of Franklin County Dog Shelter. Here today with a resolution for a 2-year contract with the Columbus Health Department to provide a comprehensive rabies immunization and control program for the citizens and dogs of Franklin County. Any questions?
Nope. There are no comments or questions. Move for passage of 767-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 767-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 768-17. Resolution authorizing a 4-year contract between the Franklin County Board of Commissioners and Franklin County Public Health for a rabies control program.
This resolution, again, is the same as the previous with the city. This is actually with the County Board of Commissioners for the rabies immunization and control program. Any questions?
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 768-17.
I'll second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 768-17 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Okay, we have, who's next? Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 769-17. Resolution approving a subaward agreement with Ohio Association of Food Banks for the management of work experience program for the Food Assistant Employment and Training Program in the amount of $707,952.36.
Good morning, Commissioners. Joy Bivens, Franklin County Job and Family Services. This resolution will approve a subaward agreement with the Ohio Association of Food Banks to manage the WEP program, the Work Experience Program for our ABOD, our able-bodied adults without dependents population in the Food Assistance and Training Program. In Ohio, able-bodied adults without dependents, or ABODs, must comply with federal rules in order to receive their food assistance benefits as it relates to work participation activity. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval of this resolution.
Joy, I did have a question, and it's related to a previous resolution we did. Is this the transferred money that we did between the counties when we got these employment dollars in exchange for giving the other counties their
Right.
targeted monies that they needed? We took these at
Some of these dollars and then transfer.
Uh-huh.
This does fall into that population, Commissioner, and I just kind of want to make a note because I put this in here and I did not read it to myself. The contract does include the Title 20, which is the majority, in the FAYET participation funding. However, the state has proposed changes to our FAYET participation funding. We're currently gathering information to determine exactly what that means. So this pot of money may change. We just don't have the information because we're still working with the state to figure out what that means as it relates to the FAYET allowance.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but that is, yeah.
Great. That's terrific.
And I would just add, too, keep us posted on that, because we interact with these other county commissioners, and it's just good to know where there are really strong relationships in some of this funding exchange conversation. I think it'd just be valuable to know as we interact with them.
Okay.
Yep. If there are no further comments or questions, move for passage of 769-17.
I'll second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 769-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 770-17, resolution approving a subaward agreement with the Columbus Urban League for the I Am My Brother's Keepers program in the amount of $181,699.71.
Commissioners, as you know, the I Am My Brother's Keeper is a place-based collective impact initiative that was developed as a response to the Obama administration's to communities to close opportunity gaps for boys of color. It provides education, career training, and social emotional development services for at-risk youth males of color on the South Side. As you know, residents that live on the South Side have an unemployment rate nearly 3 times the county average, incarceration rates over 4 times of the county average, and the neighborhood vacancy rate is nearly 5 times the average. Other challenges such as food insecurity mean that these young men have a higher exposure to adverse childhood experiences. This particular resolution is an extension to the My Brother's Keeper program. It will be effective from now until January 31st. As we discussed on last Thursday, we are going to work to try to develop a more intentional program, pinging on the things that are most effective and trying to determine what those things are. So we're going to work with community partners. We're going to reach into the, I'm going to butcher the name, the William Howard Magic Johnson Foundation. What is the name of it? The William Foundation, Howard Johnson Foundation. I'm sorry, my team is back there and they're not even trying to help me out. So
They don't know either. They're like,
what is
I don't
it?
know.
Thank you, the Robert Wood Foundation. So, sorry.
Charles to the rescue.
She asked them, and they all just looked at her like, you don't know.
It's one of those mornings you have to excuse me. So the resolution will allow the Urban League as well as the Current Institute to provide programming for the estimated 70 boys up until January 31st, 2018. We are planning on releasing an RFP to for this particular program going forward once we identify what are the most effective measurables that we should be looking at.
Great.
Great.
Pending any questions, I will ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 770-17.
I will second, and I know you've got so many things going on, and I really appreciate the intention that you're putting on this program as
Thank you.
well as all of the others.
Thank you, Commissioner.
In order to make impact, the intention is
Yeah.
that you're doing is really impressive, especially as with that other resolution, there's so many changes going on
Yes.
in the arena.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Commissioner. Thank you.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes,
Resolution number 770-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
thank you. Child support enforcement.
Resolution number 771-17, resolution authorizing the execution of a sub-grant agreement with the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services to receive funds under a pass-through grant to enhance visitation parenting time between children and non-custodial parents.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget on behalf of the Child Support Enforcement Agency.
Didn't look like Susan Brown.
The agency has provided programming under the Access Visitation Grant since 2012. Research has shown that parents who are more engaged with their children are more likely to pay child support. In 2017, the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services issued a new request for grant applications, and the agency was again successful in receiving those awards. These funds will be used to provide mediation services to parents through a contracted mediator who will assist parents in creating parenting time orders, either at the time the child support order is established or any time thereafter. The resolution also authorizes the county administrator to sign any subsequent sub-grant agreements during the upcoming 5-year grant period. Pending any questions, would ask your approval of this resolution.
Great.
There are no comments or questions. Move for passage of 771-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 771-17 has been adopted.
Economic Development and Planning. Good morning, Mark.
Morning.
Resolution number 772-17, resolution approving the subordination of a restricted covenant to a Department of Housing and Urban Development loan to Homeport for the Bending Brooks Apartments.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mark Paxson, Economic Development Planning. In 2006, the Board of Commissioners approved a home loan to then Columbus Housing Partnership, now Homeport, to renovate and rehab the Bending Brook Apartments in Urban Crest. Part of that loan was a restricted covenant to make sure that those houses remained affordable. In connection to that project, Homeport has secured a loan in $1.9 million from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Those proceeds will be used to do needed repairs to the property, as well to lower the interest rate on an existing mortgage. As such, though, the HUD requires that loan be subordinated to the restricted covenant clause. So that's what this resolution is requesting, to make sure that restricted covenant is placed under the mortgage to ensure the affordability of the projects going forward.
Okay. If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 772-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 772-17 has been adopted.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. We have Public Facilities Management. Good morning.
Good morning.
Even wearing a green tie, huh?
It's been a good week for the Green at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
It's a good week all around for me, Commissioner.
Uh-huh.
Resolution number 773-17, resolution in support of the Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission's Sustainable 2050 program and Franklin County's commitment to preserve and protect natural resources and pursue initiatives that will have positive impact on the environment.
Jim Goodnow, representing Public Facilities Management. Commissioners, since 2007, Franklin County has been one of the charter members of the Central Ohio jurisdictions that developed and signed the Central Ohio Green Pact. Members pledged to implement policies and practices in the Green Pact which make our region more sustainable. This past summer, the Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission approved a proposal to rebrand and reorganize the Green Pact into a new sustainability-focused program called Sustainable 2050. Joining us today is Kirsten Carr with MORPC, who's asking for your support by adopting today's resolution and expressing your support for Sustainable 2050 by advancing initiatives by local communities that have a positive impact on our environment. She'd like the opportunity to make a few comments.
Good morning, Kirsten.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to just talk a few minutes about the Sustainable 2050 program. Again, my name is Kirsten Carr. I'm the Director of Planning and Environment at the Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission. So last year, our MORPC Commission, for the first time ever, approved a 4-year regional sustainability agenda, which was put forth by our Sustainability Advisory Committee. And this agenda is really organized by 5 major goals related to reducing energy consumption, protecting our natural resources, creating sustainable neighborhoods, providing economic opportunities, and really increasing collaboration. And tied to each of these goals are several objectives with very clear measurable targets so that we can look at the progress that has been made over the years. The Sustainable 2050 program is a way to recognize the amazing work our local governments are already doing in the realm of sustainability, and also to provide more technical assistance, best practices sharing, and information sharing between and to our local governments. We are officially launching the Sustainable 2050 program at our Summit on Sustainability, which is our annual environmental premier conference on November 14th at the Hilton downtown. And so every local government who has passed a resolution by the end of October will be publicly recognized at this event. So really appreciate you considering being part of the Sustainable 2050 program and all the amazing work that you have already done with the SoSmart program, with your composting, just being down at your restrooms and seeing the low flush toilets, supporting trail development and so forth. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was going to make a joke about that last comment. I'm going to not do that.
You're not going to do it?
No, I'm not going to do that. If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 773-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 773-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 774-17, resolution authorizing a right of entry agreement with Resource International Incorporated to perform geotechnical testing on property generally described as located at 1600 Alum Creek Drive, Columbus, Ohio.
Commissioners, the county have a small strip of property, really almost an easement type piece on Alum Creek Drive. An engineering firm is seeking access to the site to perform geotechnical testing associated with the inspection of a sanitary line maintained by the City of Columbus. This would grant them approval to go in and do that testing and restore the property. Pending any questions, we can request your approval of this action.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 774-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 774-17 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Purchasing.
Resolution number 775-17, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $338,995.64.
I like your tie,
Thank you, ma'am.
but it's not red like you said you were going to wear.
No, ma'am, I said I was going to wear one of my Jerry Garcias. I didn't say we were going to wear red tie.
Okay. All right.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carl Kuster, representing the Purchasing Department. The resolution before you requests your approval of 66 purchase orders. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as availability funded by the county auditor. Pending any questions, I recommend their approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 775-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 775-17 has been adopted.
Thank you. Board of Commissioner resolutions.
Resolution number 776-17, resolution authorizing general fund supplemental appropriations related to the arena lease.
Good morning again, Commissioners. Zach Choleric with the Office of Management and Budget. The Board of Commissioners previously approved Resolution 938-11 that authorized an agreement with Convention Facilities Authority and the City of Columbus for the purpose of financing the purchase of the Nationwide Arena. As part of that resolution, the lease payments would equal 27% of casino tax receipts in calendar year 2017. The 2017 budget initially anticipated a decline in casino tax receipts. In actuality, they'll come in relatively flat from last year, approximately $542,000 above the estimates. As a result, this resolution would authorize supplemental appropriations of $146,353, or 27% of that increase, to be able to make the final lease payment for 2017. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 776-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 776-17 has been adopted.
Any journalization?
There's one.
Okay.
From Economic Development and Planning, case number ANX-22-17, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on October 12, 2017. The petition is requesting to annex .501 acres from Jackson Township to the City of Grove City The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on November 14th, 2017.
Okay, that is it for today's meeting. We will see you next week.
Halloween.
Yes.